Hi friends, Tracy Bish here, Stamping Up Demonstrator in Australia. Welcome to the mini catalogue launch. This is the January to April mini catalogue, which from Stamping Up, which is amazing. I love this catalogue. I'm using the Doggone Friendly stamp set. It is a background stamp set. It's on page 46 of the catalogue. I love dogs, so I was immediately drawn to this set. I've got a German Shepherd, so to me this was an absolute must-have because you can see the German Shepherd in the middle towards the right, and you know, so cute. So we're using this stamp set. Now the catalogue launch will be using all sorts of different stamp sets and bundles from the catalogue, so you're going to love this mini catalogue launch. This is the card that we're going to create today. I'm using the Spotlight technique, which is one of my favorites to do, especially with something like this. I wanted the German Shepherd to really stand out with this stamp, and the Spotlight technique is the easiest to do that with. So a few of the supplies: we have Pecan Pie, Early Espresso, Crumb Cake and Malamumbo ink. We have Versamark ink and the Basics black embossing powder. We also have the adhesive back sequins, the Baker's Twine combo pack, and the nested essential dies, which are from the annual catalogue. Now I'm using the Stamparatus, which is the Stampin' Up stamp positioning tool. It is no longer available, which is very, very sad, but there are plenty of stamp positioning tools out there in the craft market. So if you don't have one of these, I highly recommend grabbing one, especially if you're using stamps that are really quite large. You want to make sure that your image is inked up well, and with big stamps like this, it can be a little bit hard. So this allows you to keep everything in place and re-stamp a couple of times if you need to. So what I've done on my grid paper, I've just used the Crumb Cake ink. I've stamped up my image so I know exactly where it's going to place on the grid paper. This is going to make it easier for me as I'm stamping my main image on my basic white thick cardstock. So this one here is what we're going to be stamping with. It's basic white thick. It measures 3.5 by 5.25. I'm just running it over with the embossing buddy because we are embossing this image, and I want to make sure, the reason why we stamped in the Crumb Cake is I wanted to make sure that I've got my German Shepherd stamped in the exact area where I want it, so moved sort of over a little bit that I can die cut my shapes and highlight that German Shepherd, but you know, get it in the right spot. So I've just cleaned my stamp from the Crumb Cake ink. I've inked it up again with some Versamark ink. This is clear sticky ink, perfect for embossing. It's also really great for water marking. And once I have my image there, make sure you're firmly pressed down. We're going to bring in the black embossing powder. Now this is from the Basics collection, and we're just going to add some of that embossing powder down, making sure that we do a light flick off to make sure we have any excess powder not on there anymore. And then we're going to heat it with the heat tool. Now the Stampin' Up heat tool is a really great tool to have, and if you're going to heat emboss, it's a must-have. It has two different settings on it. The first one is really great if you're embossing on vellum, or you know, you have something that's a little bit more delicate. The second setting is to heat emboss on normal cardstock. So we're just going to melt that powder, and it'll go nice and shiny and glossy once it's done. And I love heat embossing, is one of my favorite techniques. Then we have the nested essential dies. I'm using the largest and the second largest in the Benner shape. So the second largest, we're going to die cut the German Shepherd image out, and then we're going to die cut from the basic black matting piece in that largest of the Benners. The basic black cardstock measures 3 3/4 by 5.5, and it's just our matting. And because we're putting the embossed stamped basic white thick over the top, we've been able to die cut the largest basic black banner from there. Okay, so we've die cut those both out. we're going to just colour in our little German Shepherd. Now I'm using water painters. You could use a blending brush, a blending pen. You could also use watercolour, pencils, whatever you'd like. My colours I've chosen are Melon Mumbo, Crumb Cake, Pecan Pie and Early Espresso. Now my German Shepherd Riley she's tan with quite a lot of black on her. I didn't want to put black on her, so I've gone with the Early Espresso, but I think it's turned out so well. I'm going to try and pop a photo at the very end of this video of my German Shepherd Riley, so you can see what she looks like and see how well I've done getting her colours there. So I've gone through with the crumb cake and added a whole layer of crumb cake. Then I'm sort of building up with the darker layers. So her tan colour is mainly on her belly. Most of her back is more of the dark brown and black. So we're just building those colours up as we go. Once we have this coloured in, so it is a spotlight technique. I've left everything black and white, and we're just coloured in the German Shepherd, which spotlights that German Shepherd. Let me know if you have a dog at home and you can see that stamp set. Is your dog on that stamp set? Maybe you could do this whole design with your dog, depending on where it is on the stamp, I suppose. But you know, you can pick different shapes as well. You don't have to do that banner. So cute. I love how this has turned out. So once we have that all coloured in, and one tip I really want to say is don't add too much water. It is basic white thick cardstock. It'll take a little bit of water, but you don't want to add too much because it'll warp so bad. Okay, so we have our two matting pieces, the one that we stamped with the background stamp. I'm just adding that to the basic black cardstock. I'm using tear and tape, but you could certainly use liquid glue. It has been heat embossed, so we have added heat to it, so it will bubble slightly, but it's not too bad. But I really like using tear and tape for this after using the heat tool. So once we have those two together, we're going to add a little bit of tear and tape to our German Shepherd banner, and we're going to just glue that down straight down to the largest basic black banner. Now that we have those two in place, let's add our black baker's twine all the way around. Now I find the easiest way to do this is to add just a little bit of tear and tape down the sides, and then you're just going to wrap the twine around. I also put a second lot of tear and tape over the top just to make sure that it's nice and well stuck down, and I've gone around 3 times, giving it a nice little feature. We're going to pop them up with dimensionals, and pop that down onto the card base quickly. Now the mini catalogue, the one that we are here with the catalogue launch, this starts on the 4th of January. So if you live in Australia and you're not already ordering through another demonstrator, you can certainly get in touch with me and I'll send you out a catalogue. It is also celebration time right now, and with celebration you get to earn free products just for shopping with Stampin' Up. Now this is a Stampin' Up promotion, so they send you the free products. There is also a celebration catalogue, which is all the free goodies that are available that you can purchase. So we've just popped up that banner with some dimensionals as well, and we're going to add our sequins down as well. Yeah, so celebration catalogue is all freebies. Here in Australia it's a $90 order. You can choose a free product. There's also $180 products as well. But yeah, you can have a look at what are available over in my online store if you would like to take a look at that. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope that you've enjoyed today's card. Please give me a thumbs up. I'd love it if you hit subscribe, leave a comment, and if you would like to purchase anything from the new mini catalogue, you can certainly do that in my online store. Thank you so much everyone. Enjoy your day, and I'll see you all really soon. Bye bye.